So obvious. Harry found freedom but is increasingly trapped by Meghan Markle, who makes his mind up for him. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News Channel. Just Call Me Harry thinks that he has found freedom, but is increasingly trapped by Meghan Markle, a royal expert has claimed. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam says it's obvious the Duke of Sussex no longer makes up his own mind, with the Duchess now making it up for him. He claims he's found freedom, Mr. Fitzwilliams told The Sun Online. In reality, he seems to be increasingly trapped, but it is clear he doesn't realize it yet. Harry said on the podcast of his new life, the Duke of Hypocrisy said that he can finally lift his head high, helping him feel a little more free. But Richard Fitzwilliam says that Harry does not realize how trapped he still is, with Meghan still pulling the strings. He tells us he and Meghan pretended they were ordinary people in the supermarket who didn't know each other and got weird looks. As well, they might. He says he doesn't know what a princess makes because Meghan told him. It is easy to conclude that he no longer makes his own mind up. It seems to be made up for him. Sadly, it's obvious. I believe Harry's wife has discovered and tapped into and stoked a nugget of anger and resentment and nurtured it into what you have today. Someone who has rewritten his entire childhood and early adulthood to accent his newly found victim status. Certainly, his parents' acrimonious separation and divorce was difficult, particularly given his age and his closeness with his mother. At the time of Diana's death, she and Charles were mostly past the acrimonious stage and were much more focused on true co-parenting. Given time, I think they could have largely gotten past the wounds and become at least co-parents, if not eventually friends. If you want to fault Charles for anything in all of this, fault him for being somewhat neglectful. He did leave Harry to his own devices much more than he should have, and that did lead to some of his more colorful antics, including drunkenness and cannabis use. Charles and Diana both caused consternation among their aides when they dictated that they would be arranging much more of their time around the children instead of their royal duties. You can see that echoed with William and Catherine, as either one or both of them attend the daily school run as much as they can. I believe Charles and Diana put a great deal of effort and self-sacrifice into parenting. They could not control the press attention placed on them, and I think that is something that Harry doesn't understand. I also find it interesting that the press tends to leave William, Catherine, and their children largely alone. Could it be because the Cambridges issue chosen images to the press and arrange photo opportunities like the first day of school in exchange for a hands-off approach? I fear Harry is seriously either disturbed or abusing substances or both. The parenting he recalls is nothing like what anyone was allowed to see, nor was this ever a topic discussed or revealed prior to his marriage. This ends, as I have said before, one way: badly. His opening up in the past as a form of therapy has been beneficial to others, Mr. Fitzwilliams added. But why does he do it so publicly now? Why bare your soul in this way, and to what end? The need for this ceaseless exposure to the media is obviously hypocritical for a couple who are supposedly obsessed with privacy. Journalist Adam Helliker said it was odd that Harry should make another reference to the freedom that he feels, adding, "Now Harry says he has the freedom to take Archie on a bike. Of course he does. He had plenty of time on his hands because he has no duties anymore." Nailed it, Richard. We, the public, did watch Harry grow up and know that he and his brother were raised by parents who departed from the royal norms. There are oodles of happy pictures of log flume rides and bike rides, or interviews when Diana told us how she took them to McDonald's or to hospitals to see the ill and soup kitchens to see the unhomed. Diana broke the mold already. Both Charles and Diana loved their sons. Bloody hell, what is Harry talking about? Delusional. Maybe it's long past the time for William and those close in his circles to do an interview or two. I think Harry is out of touch with reality. A madman, but with no marketable skills, and a wife with champagne taste. He is prostituting himself by selling out his family for those pieces of silver. God help him, really. More and more the world is realizing that the Duke of Sussex is unhinged. He needs to be taken in hand by the British government. Meanwhile, Ms. Deanna Eppers said that what Harry is coming out and saying now is mind-boggling. He makes it sound like he wasn't loved, wasn't pampered, and lived through a childhood rife with abuse. We watched Harry being raised by two parents who loved him very much, as does his grandmother. What more does this little man want? Harry is on his way to breaking every tenuous link to whatever fragile threads remain within his royal family in the UK. I honestly think he's had a break with reality, or Harry hates his family and has decided to piss on them all. Harry isn't stopping, he's escalating the attacks on his royal family, and I don't see this ending well. She claims Harry's mad. Seriously, as in insane. He looks like an idiot running around questioning how he was parented and saying that he must break the cycle. The cycle of what? Being beaten by a drunken father every night? No. Being told to prostitute his body so Mama could get her supply of heroin for the day? No. Harry was pampered, and it resulted in a nasty, vile, ugly, middle-aged man who's willing to hurt his family. I'm still not sure why he's doing this, because the idiot has not stopped to think how this will adversely affect his children. It most certainly will result in Harry never seeing his family again. Who would want to see him after this? I wonder how Harry's going to successfully parent the baby girl arriving any day now. Does he know anything about parenting at all? How does he know that his kids aren't going to hate the way he parented by keeping them away from their royal relatives, by keeping them with a narcissistic mother? Harry's goose is cooked. I think the titles will fall away, the HRHs will be gone. He will most certainly have Parliament's approval to remove him from the line of succession, along with those kids he keeps away from all those big, mean, terrible royals who laugh and smile more than I've ever seen Harry or Meg genuinely smile and laugh together. This can't end well now. The Queen's plan to leave a back door open for him in case the wife decides to leave him doesn't seem viable. I think we're watching Harry's star flare out until it is permanently dimmed. The insider said to us, "I've never heard the term genetic pain in regards to parenting. Is this a term dreamt up by Team Harry? Such a hard life growing up in a mostly pampered life. I remember so many pictures of him and William with their parents, visits to Thorpe Park, on the log ride with their mother. I sat behind Harry and William once when they were younger at an exclusive performance of Cirque du Soleil. I didn't know it was them at first, but the happy children in front of me were in fits of laughter, natural laughter, not strained at all." In my opinion, he's becoming more and more like his wife as time progresses. Both idiots lie blatantly and don't seem embarrassed in the slightest when their lies are disproved. There is so much disparity between what they say and how they behave. Both need a reality check. These vicious, evil, malignant attacks on his family are vile and shameful. The royal family will survive these tantrums, but they will bring Harry no relief from the misery that his self-pity is inflicting upon him. Acting out and fanning the flames of his perceived slights, injustices, and resentments will bring him no peace, just more frustration. Harry is just digging a bigger pit of misery for himself and everyone around him, while his wife eggs him on. I'm worried that the Queen and the royal family have left it too late to address these two. With the duo's constantly pushed victim narrative, they've been setting the stage to really cry foul if the family finally decides to act. The duo will then be saying that they have done everything possible to work things out, but since the royal family is just so awful, they're unable to do it. The duo is obviously prepared to go scorched earth in the pathetic, petty vengeance. And you, what do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please tell me your view below in the comment section, and we also discuss the couple together. If you so prefer my video today, remember to like and share it with anyone who will also love it now. Don't be afraid to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News Channel to not miss any new videos from our team. Thank you for watching, goodbye, and see you in the next video.